Hello students, how are you? Welcome to the beautiful channel Padhai Ka Kavach. Students, today we are going to discuss about the size of the cells and further cell structure and its function. Student, as you know, in our previous lecture we have discussed about the various aspects of the cell, like how the number of cells are varied from organism to organism, what are the various shapes of the cell, second and third, today that we are going to discuss is the size of the cell. The size of cells in a living organisms may be as small as a millionth of meter, micrometer or a micron, or maybe as large as a few centimeters. In student, the size of a cells is varies from micron to the centimeters. However, most of the cells are microscopic in size and are not visible to the unaided eye. The cells are not visible without microscope because they are in a size of microns. They need to be enlarged and magnified by a microscope. So, every cell need to be magnified in order to see it. The smallest cell is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer in bacteria, and the largest cell, measuring 170 mm by 130 mm, is the egg of an ostrich. So, student, this is the minimum and the maximum limit of the cells, okay, in which the smallest cell is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer, while the largest cell measuring 170 by 130 means the height is 170 mm and the width is 130 mm of egg of an ostrich. As we know, any animal's egg is a type of cell, okay. So ostrich egg is the biggest cell or the largest cell available on the earth, okay. Now Paheli had question: are the cells in an elephant larger than the cells in a rat? Paheli is asking such a nice question. Is the cells in the elephant is bigger than the cells in the rat? Actually, student, cells doesn't dependent on the size of the animals, because cell is a functional unit whether the animal is big or small. Either it is a elephant or it is a rat, the size of cell is remain the same. So students, the size of the cell doesn't matter whether it is an elephant or it is a rat, okay, because whatever the organism size is, the cell is related to its function, okay. For example, nerve cells both in the plant and the rat, nerve cells are act as a messenger. It is transferring the message from one body organ to the brain, okay, and it is also long and branched. As we know, students, these nerve cells are similar in elephant and rat, and it is performing the similar function in both the organism, which is transferring the messages. So the size of the cell doesn't matter whether the animal is big or small. Student, here the various aspects of the cell is over, and now we are going to start new topic, cell structure and the function of its structural parts. As we know, student, in a 7th standard that the organism is having many organs. Suppose if you consider the leaves, stems, roots in a plants, the leaves are a food preparatory organ inside the plants which is making the food by the photosynthesis process, while the roots is absorbing the minerals and the water. While inside the human being, for example, if we take the digestive organs which together constitute the digestive system, each organ in the system performs a different function such as digestion, assimilation and absorption. Okay. Similarly, different organs of a plant perform specific specialized functions like roots help in absorption of water and minerals, as I already told you. Leaves are responsible for the synthesis of food. Okay. Each organ is further made up of the smaller parts called tissues. यानी कि जो सेल्स है वो एक दूसरे के साथ मिलके फिर टिश्यूज बनाते हैं एंड दिस टिश्यू ग्रुप टुगेदर टू फॉर्म a specific organ which perform the special function or specific function. Paheli realized that an organ is made up of tissues which in turn are made up of cells. The cell in living organism is the basic structural unit. Okay? So, whatever the organ is, its basic structural unit is cell. Now, let us try to understand what are the parts of the cell. The first basic component of the cell or the part of the cell is cell membrane. Cell membrane is a one type of separating surface which will separate the cell from external environment. Okay. So let us see how the cell membrane looks alike. Here student, you can easily see that this is an animal cell and this is a plant cell. In an animal cell, this is a cell membrane, means the one surface which separate the cell from the external environment. Okay, and it is considered as the outermost surface of the cell. Okay. Basically, the component which is very essential for any cell is the cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. The cytoplasm and nucleus are enclosed within the cell membrane, means inside the cell membrane, the nucleus and the cytoplasm is there. Okay, which is also called as plasma membrane. As I already told you, student, the membrane separates cells from one another and also the cell from the surrounding medium. The plasma membrane is porous and allows the movement of substance or materials both inward and outward. So student, cell membrane is not a enclosed surface, but it is having a certain pores, means there are holes for the movement of the substance inward and outward. Okay. Here one onion cell is represented in this figure. Student, the boundary of the onion cell is the cell membrane covered by another thick covering called the cell wall, because student, onion is a one plant fruit. Okay, and that's why it is having a cell membrane as well as cell wall, while the animal cell is only having the cell membrane. The central dense round body in the center is called the nucleus. Means student, if we consider this particular cell as an onion cell, okay, so this is a cell membrane and this is a nucleus, and this empty space, it is looks empty but actually it is not, it is consist of a jelly like substance. So here is a cell membrane, this is nucleus, and this is cytoplasm. Okay, so these are the basic components of any of the cell. As already told you in this line, the jelly like substance between the nucleus and the cell membrane is called cytoplasm. Okay, Buju had a question. I want to know why plant cell need cell walls. The very nice question that he asked. Because as we know, student, the animal cell is only having a cell membrane, while the plant cell, means this cell, is having a cell membrane as well as the cell wall. Okay, so there are two separating surface. So Bujo asked that what is the need? Why there are two separating surface? So let us try to understand. As we know, student, that the cell membrane is performing the essential function to give a shape to the cell. In addition to the cell membrane, there is a outer thick layer in cells of plants called cell wall. Okay, so apart from a cell membrane, the plant cell is having a outer thick layer is called cell wall. This cell wall is basically for the plant protection, because plant cell need protection against variation in temperature during the summer, high wind speed during the monsoon, atmospheric moisture during the monsoon also, and they are exposed to this variation because they cannot move. As we know, student, the plant cannot move itself because they don't have that kind of means कंट्रोल एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन सिस्टम जो हमारे अंदर होती है, ऐसी कंट्रोल एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन सिस्टम प्लांट्स के अंदर नहीं होती. सो दे कैन नॉट मूव बाय इटसेल्फ. सो दे रिक्वायर द सेल वॉल इन ऑर्डर टू प्रोटेक्ट इटसेल्फ फ्रॉम मॉइस्चर, टेम्परेचर एंड हाई विंड स्पीड. Cells can be observed in the leaf peel of Tradescantia, Elodia and Ruya. You can prepare a slide. Okay, so this is all about student activity. Okay, so we will lapse it. Student. So here, let us try to understand this human chick cells. Priorly, we will study about the onion cell, which is a plant cell. Okay, so let us try to understand now the animal cell, which is ह्यूमन चिक सेल. यानी कि हमारे गालों के अंदर से एक परत जो ली जाए तो उसके अंदर सेल्स होते हैं. तो उस सेल को जब माइक्रोस्कोप के अंदर ऑब्जर्व किया जाए तो विच काइंड ऑफ सेल इज दिस? इट इज़ अ एनिमल सेल. सो लेट अस ट्राई टू इन्वेस्टिगेट अ वेरियस पार्ट्स ऑफ दिस सेल. सी स्टूडेंट, इफ वी स्पेसिफिकली टेक this particular cell, okay, so this surface is considered as a membrane, cell membrane. Okay, this particular surface is considered as cell membrane, means one separating surface for the cell which will also gives shape to the cell. Now the inside jelly like material is called cytoplasm, which is already mentioned here. Okay, so ये जो मटीरियल है यहाँ पे ब्लू कलर का डॉट डॉट वाला, इट इज़ नथिंग बट द साइटोप्लाज्म. ओके, दिस इज द अनदर पार्ट ऑफ द एनिमल सेल. थर्ड वन इज न्यूक्लियस, द सेंटर द इनर मोस्ट पार्ट ऑफ द एनी पर्टिकुलर सेल. तो यहाँ पे जो आपको ये छोटे छोटे ये अंदर के भाग दिख रहे हैं इन सभी सेल के अंदर, तो इसे कहा जाता है न्यूक्लियस, विच इज़ द मेन और वी कैन से द ब्रेन ऑफ द सेल, क्योंकि सेल की सारी गतिविधियाँ इनसे कंट्रोल होती है. न्यूक्लियस के द्वारा पूरे सेल का फंक्शन कंट्रोल होता है. ओके, एंड द सरफेस विच सेपरेट्स द न्यूक्लियस फ्रॉम द साइटोप्लाज्म, ये साइटोप्लाज्म है, इससे न्यूक्लियस को अलग करने के लिए जो सरफेस है उसे कहा जाता है न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन. स्टूडेंट्स, मेम्ब्रेन मीन्स एक प्रकार का पर्दा कि जो एक कंपोनेंट को एक्सटर्नल सराउंडिंग से अलग करता है. आई होप नाउ इट इज क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू दैट व्हाट इज सेल मेम्ब्रेन, साइटोप्लाज्म, न्यूक्लियस एंड न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन. Let us try to understand now cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the jelly-like substance present between the cell membrane and the nucleus. See student, in between the cell membrane and nucleus there is a jelly-like substance is present, which is nothing but the cytoplasm. Okay, not only the cytoplasm solely available inside the cell, but various other components or the organelles of cell are present inside the cytoplasm. Okay, we will study in detail in a further section, which is means the cell organelle which is present inside the cytoplasm is mitochondria, Golgi bodies, ribosomes, etc. ओके, इस स्टैंडर्ड के अंदर हम थोड़ा पढ़ेंगे इन सभी के बारे में, और 9th में इसके बारे में काफ़ी डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे. ठीक है. सो स्टूडेंट्स, आज का लेक्चर यहाँ तक रखते हैं. नेक्स्ट लेक्चर के अंदर हम न्यूक्लियस, द ब्रेन और द एपिक सेंटर ऑफ द सेल, उसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे. ठीक है. थैंक यू.